Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Exclusive with Shirley Murphy. This is where we celebrate remarkable individuals and those that have inspiring stories. We give them the platform to share their journeys with the world. This is in order to encourage others to amplify their own voices because your voice is your power. And guess what? This is where the conversation begins exclusively on Exclusive with Shirley Murphy. And today's episode of the show, I have, yes, the remarkable visionary of the visionaries, the very delectable woman of God who has empowered many women to share and also given them the opportunity to write their stories on a global level. Yes, she is, I said she's very beautiful. Yes, and she has this, beautiful smile as well whenever you see her. So when you see her, actually, when I bring her on, you will actually agree with me on that. So I want to ask you this. Perhaps you are out there and you have been thinking or struggling on how to write a book. Are you ready? So if you're ready to write that book, to tell that story that would inspire the lives of others, and you have been confused, now, no need to worry. Go grab your seats, get a snack, and come join us here on the show because we are going to learn a whole lot about that. But before I bring on my guest, the beautiful one I told you about, let's go on a quick break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Today, I am so honored to have Reverend Allison G. Daniels in the house. She is the CEO of AGD Publishing LLC. She is an international best-selling author who has written over 30 books. And she has helped authors, aspiring authors, goal-getters, goal-setters, whichever one you are right there, and as many that trying to write a book to get their books published, write and publish, and also to help them also get a multiple streams of income. Yes, with your books, you can actually begin to earn from them. And Allison, she's good at that. She is also the creator of 30-Day Write to Finish book writing program. This program turns writers into successful published authors. Like I have worked with Allison for some time now, and I must say, she is really good at what she does. So welcome with me, Allison G. Daniels.
Hello,
Welcome to the show. Yes, ma'am. Good to have you on the show, sis.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So let's get it digging into what we have. Now, I told you a bit about Allison. That's just a tip of who she is. Like I always say, I give you the opportunity to hear from the horse's mouth. Like I say that all the time, to hear from the guest herself or himself, depending on who we are, the gender we have. So, Allison, could you please tell us a bit more about your journey as an author, as a publisher, and as a woman of God, whatever you want to share with us on that? The floor is yours, Allison.
Yes. Thank you again so much for having me. It's such an honor and a blessing. So my journey as an author and as a publisher started out in 1994 writing my first book. Didn't release it till 1996. Then if you go a little further ahead, in 2019, I started my publishing company, AGD Publishing Services. And from there, things just really took off. I started as an author. I've written 45 personal books of myself. And then I started incorporating others and helping them with writing their book, to write their book, share their book, and publish their book. And so to date, I have 47 successful authors that are international best-selling authors up under my publishing company that have, if they didn't write a story, they wrote, if they didn't share their chapter, they actually wrote a book. So that's my journey. It's been a long journey, like I said, 1994, but to be able to see the fruits of my labor and to see the different authors that have come through, that have written their stories, that have written their books, being a publisher is what we always look for. So my journey to writing is helping you write it, helping you be able to publish it, get it put out where you're speaking about your book. You're letting others know that your book is out, being able to market your book. Sometimes as an author, we forget that marketing is important. Even though your book is published, you still have to continue to market and to get the word out. So my journey has been long, but it's been so fruitful.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, I told you a bit about the great impact she's doing in this industry. She is so amazing, I must tell you. She's just of course, oftentimes it's being said that you can't praise yourself too much, so people won't feel like, oh yeah, she is just being cool about that. She is really good at what she does when it comes to writing and of course publishing. And like she mentioned, it's not enough for you to just say I'm a publisher. Marketing your book, putting it out there for people to know that this is the story that you have is very, very key. So, and Allison is a right person to call on. So when it comes to that. All right, Allison, thank you so much. I was actually saying that you've written, I think I'm still right. That's over 30 books. She has,
Yes.
That's why it's good to hear from, the horse herself. It's good to hear, from her. She said she has written published over 45 books. So, and Alison, I want to say congratulations once again. And I continually celebrate you for what you're doing. Okay, now I want to ask you, looking back to where you are coming from in the 90s when you started, what lessons have you held on to, based on all the experience you've gathered, on the journey to getting here?
Wow. Thank you for that. One of the major things that I've always held on to is prayer, the power of prayer, because without prayer, things can fall by the wayside and you're not strong enough to be able to release it or to let it go. Or, it kind of frames your thinking where you think that you failed if someone has rejected your writing or rejected your book. So I've always held on to the power of prayer. Another thing I've always done is I stay focused. I stay focused on my goal. I didn't waver to the left or to the right. I stay focused on what I believe that God called me to do. I can't say that he called me to write. I just know that that's what I stay focused in on. Then I learned how to manage my time. I think if we don't learn how to manage our time, we're not going to be able to finish a book anyway, because we're going to be all over the place. But when you set out a set time to write your book, a set time to write that chapter, you actually will get it done, but you have to set that time aside. And then I write daily. I do a journal a year. So I think my daughters are going to be overwhelmed because I write every day, but I leave a journal 1 year at a time to make sure that I'm constantly writing. So I'm not doing something that I haven't told others to do or I haven't showed others to do, but I make sure that I focus on the matter that's at hand And those were like the lessons that I learned along the way that I'm praying will help you, is to always pray, stay focused, manage your time, and then write daily.
Amazing. Okay, so you see, she is actually a powerhouse when it comes to, you know, all of this. The lessons that she has learned, which can also help you,
Yes.
the power of prayer. There's no um, overemphasizing the power of prayer when it comes. In fact, every area of our lives needs prayer. So, in anything that you're doing, you must prioritize the place of prayer in your life. And of course, she has also mentioned staying focused. Stay focused in anything that you're doing. In fact, our lives, if you must succeed, you must be focused. So, um, thank you so much, Allison, for those powerful lessons that you have learned along the way. And I know that it will help others out there. Like it is also going to help me as well because I'm learning here. So if you are out there, you are learning something from Allison, just go ahead and put in the chat or in the comment section. I'm learning great nuggets. I'm learning great tips. I'm learning. Just put it there in the comment section. So thank you once again, Allison, for sharing that with us. Empowering her to write globally. I know this is what you have been doing over the years, working with women, most especially empowering the women around your circle to write. But I want you to tell us a bit more. When you say, on a global, can you take us a little more into what it means to empower her to write and how you have been doing this?
Yes, yes. Thank you. That's another good question. And believe it or not, I'm always asked, like, how do you do things globally? Well, one of the things I try to make sure that I do is I connect with women across the globe, like yourself from Nigeria, Australia, Dubai. God has blessed me to meet beautiful and powerful women that can help me take the ministry that He has planted in me to help others to write to places that I may never get to visit. I'm hoping I'll get to visit one day, but
Sure.
just in case, the legacy and the word is out. So the way that I help women to write globally is through 3 avenues. So one of the avenue is through my anthologies. Empower to Win series. It's going on its 5th series, helping women to Women Empowered to Win. That's another series. Or I only have the 1 book out, but we're working on the 2nd one, Unshakable Faith, Women Be Free. Another thing is I teach women how to write their own book or to write their chapter. Sometimes we may have a book in us, but we're not ready to share that book. So why not learn how to write a chapter so that you can be ready to put it into someone's, and I don't like to say someone, but to divinely connect with someone that's doing an anthology that lines up with what God has given you. So I have the learn how to write your chapter. Then I also teach you how to write your book, the 30-day Write to Finish book writing program. Some people think 30 days is too long. Some people think 60 days is too long. I believe if you get the foundation, you'll learn how to write your book a little bit quicker, but learn the foundation of writing. Go back to learning how to write a basic outline. Go back to some of the basic writings and grammar that will be needed. So connecting globally with how others write and how others speak, that has helped me with me connecting with the different women that I have met along the way. So
Okay.
I connect globally, I collaborate, and I communicate. I also help with getting you on podcasts, getting you on magazine. Like I just started my magazine. You have your beautiful magazine out that I'm so super excited every time I get a copy. I think it's so gorgeous. And I have another young lady, Tamala. who's been helping me with my magazine, and she has her magazine out. So all of us connecting globally and
Mhm.
sharing our gifts is what helps me with getting the word out about what I do. So that's how I help others to empower women to write. Well, those are three things.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I think we'll just have to appreciate the era that we are in now,
Mhm.
the digital era that I think since COVID, everything has gone, online. Everything has become virtual. Everything has become, in fact, has given us that opportunity to connect globally, and that has given a business a new shift. So I want to say thank you for taking advantage and also leveraging on the digital systems that we have to bring about the change that you have brought through the industry that you are in. Connecting globally so far has actually helped lives. Of course, you and I wouldn't have known if not for this connection as well. And we have been able to do a lot,
Yes.
from Nigeria to different parts of the world, and we've been doing so much. And then talking about collaborations, it has become the new currency that has helped a lot of businesses, a lot of women, and everybody, to become more stronger in whatever they are doing. So that's the three. I think that's the three ways. And of course, she has also talked about writing just a chapter. Sometimes it can be for those that are not really, really, really into writing, and you just have this passion to, tell a story about, anything. So you can write a chapter of just how many words now? Like maybe 500, 1,000
500
words.
to
It won't
1,000.
hurt you. Yes. And that's what you can just use few days or a week, depending on how the pace of your writing is. So, and with that, you'll become an author because that's your story. You own it. It's yours. So that way, you can also start that way because I know some women that have joined my anthologies that have never written
Mhm.
anything before, but through the anthology that we do, they actually said, "Wow, this has been a good experience," and giving them the opportunity to share their story, make them feel good because I know one of them was actually like, Shirley, I want to write a book. I want to write a book, but I don't know how to go about it. And I said, you can start by writing just a chapter.
Yes.
You know, bring that message that you have, just a little of it, just take small, and give us in a chapter, and then you see how it feels. And at
Mhm.
the end of the day, she was so happy doing that. So we encourage you out there,
Yes.
if you are in that state, you want to write, but you may not even know how to write a complete book. It's not
Right.
a problem. Just connect and write at least a chapter. And then you get to collaborate and connect with other authors because
Mhm.
I know Allison brings authors from around the world, into her anthology. So, and that's the global connection we are talking about,
Yes.
empowering you to connect with others to make a greater difference in the lives of others. So that is so, so amazing. You believe with me? If you believe me with what I just said, that is awesome, put in the chat or put in the comment section. I believe you. I believe you. Yes, I
Yes.
believe you. Thank you so very much. Okay, so the book writing. I remember I mentioned earlier that through your bio, that through the book writing, women, I'm saying women now because I know majority of people who work with are women, have been
Yes.
able to gain streams of income, been able to gain some money, you know, gain some uh, finance through writing. So I want to ask you, you, based on your experience over the years, the book writing as a business, what would you say after all these years? Would you say is profitable to go into writing in order to make money, or what would you say after all these years?
That's a good question, Madam Shirley. So thank you for that. But I do want to mention before I answer that question that you have been a blessing and an honor to me because I've published 3 of your anthologies. And so I've met some beautiful young ladies through your anthologies and helped with managing and getting it published. So and what empowered me 1 and 2, and then we just completed the 90-day journal.
Yes.
So daily journal. So I'm excited about that. And then I also did another one with another young lady. So doing things globally makes a difference, and then connecting with others. Now, you asked me about the book writing business. One thing I try to tell people, or just different people when they ask me that question, is treat the book like a business. Don't take it for granted. Start getting things in order. You have to literally, sometimes I deal with people and they, we're just writing a book and that's it. Treat this as a business. I treat my book and my publishing company as a business. And what I mean by that is I've actually hired an attorney. I've actually hired an accountant. I've actually hired a social media manager, because there are things that I'm not going to know that I don't know. Not saying that I'm not going to make myself more knowledgeable about making sure of what's going on around me with the publishing process, but there are people that are already in place, that are divinely in place, that God has in place that can help you. Like I said, I've hired an accountant. I've hired an attorney. I've hired a social media manager. I've hired a website designer. I've hired an assistant to help me, because there's no way that I can do all that I'm doing with it just being me. So I've hired, over the past 4.5 years of being in business, I've hired coach, someone that can coach me along the way. What do I mean by that? Because I'm already coaching. I'm already empowering women to write their book, share their book, and publish it. What I mean by that is a coach always needs a coach. We always need someone else that we can bounce ideas off of. So don't think that, oh, you don't need to be coach. You're already doing it. There may be questions that I have that I have to have someone else answer that's already doing it. So I don't take it for granted hiring different people to help me on building that team and building the book as a business. Don't take it for granted. You're putting your work out there, get your work copywritten, making sure that you're protecting yourself, making sure that you have the right people in place that can help you to get protected. Get your LLC. There are things that you need to do to be in place with getting your company, your business, your book business together. And is it profitable? Yes. I've gained, with my knowledge now and with the things of me being consistent and the strategies and the marketing strategies, I've gained income. And that's just by me incorporating different people and helping me get to that next level. And that's also me staying focused, staying consistent, and being and watching time management. So knowing the certain things that you need to do to run a business and change your mindset about business. It's not just I'm writing a book. You're writing, for me, I'm writing a book to make a difference, and I'm writing a book to leave a legacy, and I'm writing a book to build income. Why? Because that's the gift that God has placed down on the inside of me, and I'm going to make sure that I utilize the gift that will make a difference and that will make an impact globally.
Wow. Woo-hoo. So if you have been thinking, oh well, writing a book, how can I earn from that? Who will buy from me? Blah 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 blah. You have heard it from the, what will I call her now? Okay, let me just skip that to myself. She is awesome when it comes to this, and that's why we have her on the show to tell you more that you need to know about book writing and, of course, making money from writing a book. Now, looking at the business aspect of it, Allison has already, put the cat out. Treat your book as a business. You have heard she said she had to hire accountants, hire social media marketer, all the facets of business that you need, because this is a business. Aside from the fact that stories are to inspire, to help change lives, and all of that, you are also to earn from it, because this is what God has given to you. Whatever God has given to us is not for a waste, is for our own good, and of course the good of others. So just like any other product that you have, like a product that you sell, when you sell a product to somebody, it is to benefit them and also bring money to you. Bring money to you. So one thing again that Allison mentioned about taking the book business is being consistent. Being consistent. It's not about writing today and in the next 10 years nobody hears about you. You need to be consistent in whatever you are doing. This is business. That is, I think that's one key tool for every successful business: consistency. Because I want to come back tomorrow and see that you are still doing what you were doing, what I need you to do, and of course, doing better in that which you are doing. So that is it, and that will help you get more sales and of course more clients or more customers, whatever you want to call it. And then she mentioned something that's so outstanding. Look at it. Coach always needs a coach. Yes, a coach always needs a coach. So don't feel like, yeah, I'm just pouring into others. I'm just pouring into others. Who is going to pour into me? Who is going to help me? Who is going to, when I'm down? Because there are times when you are down. And of course, nobody has the monopoly of knowledge about anything. You can't know it all. So it's just a mindset thing. Like she talked about mindset. Get your mindset in place. Get it reset. That even as a coach, even as a mentor, you can also need a mentor. You also need a mentor. Not even you can. You also need a mentor. You also need to learn from others so you can be able to keep mentoring others. hope you understand. So for the fact that you are a coach, look out for others that can also coach you. You need other shoulders that you can also lean on when you're feeling drowned, when you're feeling confused, when you're feeling tired. How can I continue? You need somebody that can also pour into you and make you feel refreshed. So thank you so much, Allison, for mentioning this few points when it comes to this writing business. And just like she said, it is actually profitable when you are doing all of these things that she has mentioned. So don't quote her wrong and say, oh yeah, Allison said it's profitable and yet I've not made a penny from my book. Yeah, check, go back and check. Are you doing the things she mentioned? Are you doing the things, putting the right things in the right places? You have to be able to do that. And even more than what she has mentioned. And that way, success will not be far from you when it comes to book writing. All right. So Allison has given us a whole lot when it comes to book writing. But I want to ask her, aside from all of this that you mentioned, being persistent, being focused, what would be the best approach? Like for somebody that's listening to us out there that has never written a book before, for a new writer trying to just write a personal book, not coming as anthology or whatever, what should be the best approach for the fresh writer in this sense? Alison.
Thank you. I would say for a new writer or someone that has never written before and they want to write their personal story, get with someone like myself. And that's not to brag or anything like that, but get with someone that has already done it. Don't recreate the wheel, but get with someone that has already done it that can help walk you through it. That's why I say my course, the 30-day Write to Finish book writing program, takes you through the basics of writing. And even through that, you'll at least be able to write your first and second chapter while working with me. But you want to make sure that you get with someone that has already done it, because I find when I'm talking to different authors and they're ready to write their personal story, they're ready to like dive in it and give personal names and, say everything that ever happened. And I'm not saying for you not to share your story, but there is a way to share your story. There is a way to tell your story. And you also have to be careful when you're using personal names and the person is, still alive, or even if not, and you're using it and their family members are still here. Someone knows that story, or someone has heard, something about it. So you got to kind of be careful on how you bring your personal story out. Still speaking your truth, but learning how to speak your truth and making sure that you're protected when you put things out like that. So get with someone that has already done it. Get with, pray about it, but line yourself up with the person that has already put out anthologies, put out personal books. Whenever I put out personal books, like I have 3 books getting ready to come out now, and if it has something to do with me or my husband or my daughters, I'm always asking permission. Why? Because I don't want to just put something out about my family or about my husband, and then all of a sudden that's not something he wanted to share, or that's not something my daughters wanted to share. Always think about protecting the person that doesn't want to tell their story. I'm already out there, I'm already doing what I do, but I want to make sure that I protect that safe space for my family. So for new writers that want to personally tell your story, get with someone that has already shared their personal story so that you'll know how to share it correctly.
Absolutely. So it's often been said that if you want to succeed in whatever you want to do, get to talk to somebody that has done what you're about to do, somebody that has done it before, what you're about to go into. Because that way, the person will guide you on the best path on how to go about it. So simply put, get someone with experience. And Allison has experience when it comes to this. She has done it again and again and again. And of course, she has also helped others do it again and again. So you won't be wrong. You won't be in the wrong place or with the wrong hand when you get in with her, trying to write your personal story or tell your personal story to the world. Because just like she has mentioned, you don't just say, because it's my story, I need to just put it out, just the way you feel like. So you need to, be able to coin and be able to put out the words professionally so that anybody that picks up your book or reads your story will be able to get the message and not even looking at who is sharing it sometimes. So I think that's another awesome nugget that she has shared with when it comes to writing your personal story. Before we continue, Allison, we'll go on a quick break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hi, did you know that over 35 million Americans have type 2 diabetes that can lead to cardiovascular and kidney disease? And it doesn't have to be that way. Unfortunately, I've been there, but I decided to discover my ultimate health, and I reversed fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, mixed connective tissue disorders, and fluctuating blood sugar levels, and I let go of over 70 pounds. I got my life back, and so can you. I am Phyllis Weaver, pharmacist for over 30 years, founder and CEO of Discover Ultimate Health LLC. I'm your ultimate transformational health specialist. The time is now for you to discover your ultimate health. Contact me today at the number below.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. We have been on the, will I call it a hot seat now? I have been interviewing the beautiful, like I called her before. You can see, look at the smile. All right, I've been interviewing Allison G. Daniels on empowering her to write globally. And she has shared great insights when it comes to writing a book and also gaining income from your book. How you need to stay focused, how you need to prioritize the place of prayer in whatever you're doing, stay focused, stay consistent, and of course, manage your time when it comes to writing. And I know that when it comes to everything that has to do with our lives, you need to also prioritize the place of time management, because time is often said is money. So you need to prioritize time, manage your time effectively so you can be able to, succeed. Because if you're not the type that manages time well, then that means you're losing, you're wasting money or something. And of course, that is not good for anybody in business. And of course, she also shared about taking writing as a business, or book writing as a business. Yes,
Yeah.
it is highly profitable, but there are a lot of things, some things she has mentioned that you need to do, which is you need to take your book writing as a business, meaning that you need to get all the tools, business ideas, business sense, business knowledge, business partners, whatever it is that you need to have a successful book writing business.
Yes.
And also, if you're a coach, don't get drowned. Don't say, I have it all. I can have all the power. I'm a superwoman. I can do everything. Don't die. Get another coach. Get somebody that you can also lean on, that can also pour into you, so that you can stay refreshed to keep going on, to keep going on. And also get somebody that has experience. If you're
Yes.
just starting out as a writer, get somebody that has done it before, and has helped others to do it and they have results.
Yes.
Allison G. Daniels is a name to call when it comes to that. Okay, so Allison, welcome back. All
Thank
right,
you.
so it has been amazing so far, and for me, I would like to say, oh, I think we've gotten enough. Let's allow you to go, and because this has been powerful so far. But no, I know I need to still get some more for my viewers and also for me. So among the books you have written, whether as a personal book or collaborative, which of them would you say stands out the most to you, Alison?
Wow, wow, that's a great question. Because to date, I've written 45 personal books. I am the co-author on 26 books. So that means I'm not telling you something that I haven't done when I do anthologies. I've also been on other projects, and then I've helped others write. But if I had to choose, because I get this question all the time, so I try to figure out which book can I pick. If I had to actually pick one of my books, this book came out in 2013, and it's entitled Life Goes On. And it's my personal story, but also I hear my daughters quote it all the time. Just like you said, Mommy, life goes on, life goes on. The reason why that book is so significant to me or great to me is because I've had to go through some challenges in my life where I had to kind of just release things from me and say, you know what, life goes on. That happened, life goes on. How do I pick up the pieces and how do I move on from there? So in that book, I share powerful tips, tools, and techniques on helping you get past some of the storms that we go through in life, some of the things that people have done or said to us that we feel or they feel should stop us from moving on. But when you kind of get that life goes on in your spirit, you start realizing, listen, it may have happened or it did happen, but life goes on. What do I do from there? How do I carry on from there? How do I not let that stop me? And so my book, Life Goes On, is still selling. I actually have a workbook that's connected with Life Goes On that before the pandemic, I was going out with that book and the workbook. And I did a little personal CD to encourage women, men and women, but mainly to encourage women. So they will always have that with them to go over and, write things down in the workbook, answer the questions, because sometimes you can read the book, but if you have the workbook too, you can read the book and answer the questions over in the workbook while you're going along. So if I had to choose one of my personal books right at this moment, it would be the book Life Goes On, because that's kind of where I am in my life. Life goes on.
Yes, that's where I am also in my, my lab right now. And of course, I know those of you out there will also agree with us, because life goes on. No matter what happens, no matter what you're facing, no matter how difficult you may think the situation is, life must go on. And that's why you shouldn't allow whatever it is, to completely weigh you out, because life must go on.
Yes.
It may be difficult, it may be challenging, it may be a story that you feel like, oh no, God, why me? Because sometimes we get to a situation where we begin to ask God, why me? That life must go on, meaning that you need to uh, be strengthened, come up with a different mindset to keep moving, because life must go on. So I love the title of that book. So you can check. I think she's going to share her website with us, so you can see the books that she has. And of course, that book is there. So you can get a copy of that book and get the tips, the tools on how to maneuver through life, because life must go on.
Yes.
All right, I like that. Okay, so this one now, I know aside from book writing, publishing, you are a woman of God. And I think that's why I'm coming up with this question. The place of calling, that's our calling, purpose, or passion. In what ways would you say these words connect to making a big difference in one's life here on earth?
Okay, wow, that's another great question. You said calling, purpose, and passion. I started the journey of ministering and being licensed in 2014, but I've been ministering and preaching and going out and talking in different churches for many years now. I started out with just doing poetry. That's why I don't take writing for granted. I started out that way. And God has been blessing me to put together sermons. So I've been going out and speaking for many years now. But the calling and purpose and passion, I think they all come together for one common goal, divine order, divine alignment, knowing that God has you in place to complete something so significant that no one else can do but you. And so the call on my life and the purpose and the passion that I have is to see people healed, delivered, and set free. And sometimes it's just me, first of all, speaking my truth. Secondly, teaching you how to write your truth, but being divinely aligned with God and knowing that He has something greater for you. And so this year, or actually last year, was so significant for me. And then a lot of things went on last year, but specifically in January, God kept telling me, I need you to get aligned. Align yourself with me. Get in divine alignment. And I'm saying, well, I'm already in line with you. I'm already doing what I believe you called me to do. But he specifically kept saying divine alignment. Get in divine alignment with me so that I can take you where I need to take you. So the call and the purpose and the passion on my life, it's like it's getting ready to, come forth, because I'm getting in alignment with God more than I ever had before. So the book, the first volume, Divine Alignment, will be coming out soon. But I told my mother that before she transitioned that I would do her children's book, or I would do a children's book that will honor her and her sister. So I'm getting everything in divine alignment. And I just believe that it all comes together for one common goal, and that is to serve God and to do what he has called you to do. Because I was uniquely created to do this.
Mhm.
So that's why I
Yeah.
have joy when I speak about it, joy when I'm smiling, because
Yes.
it's easy for me to do it because it's what I've been called to do.
Oh, wow. That is so, so, so profound, what you just said. Aligning our passion, our purpose, and of course, our calling
Yes.
together. And that gives us a direction, to what God has given to us, the assignment he has given to us to run with. I know a lot of people struggle when it comes to this, aligning their purpose, with what God wants us to do. So many times, of course, where we in the world where we are, there's a lot of distractions, but you need to stay focused and get in alignment with what God wants you to do, because you can actually succeed when you are running your own things, and this is what God wants you to do is different from what you're running. There's not going to be any success in that. So I appreciate, when you said your calling has been about what you're doing, your purpose, connects everything together, and of course with your passion in writing, and you've been doing that so awesomely well, and of course helping others. So if you're out there, you're thinking, how can I even understand what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yes.
Allison has given you an example of her life, and of course my life. She has a passion to write, is our purpose, and of course our calling, to tell the story, to help others, and of course to get all of this aligned onto God's glory. Thank you so very much. And then she has a book coming out. You see, I never even knew about that. She has a book coming out called Divine Alignment. Yes, I wouldn't want to miss that. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be anthology or what, but I really love the title of that, Divine Alignment. Okay, so our time is almost getting out, but you know, this is an opportunity, getting exclusive information from you. So we need to, get everything out. If you're being given the opportunity once again, what would you like to do differently in the course of your writing career or publishing career so far, Alison?
Wow. So if given the opportunity, what would I do differently in my writing career? I think, I don't know if there's anything that I would do differently. The thing that I would enhance on is teaching the writers after they've written their book how to actually speak and get their voice heard about what they've just written. I would want to do a little bit more coaching. So I'm coaching behind the scenes, helping others with, writing their book and helping others with speaking and starting their business. But I would like to try and combine all of those together. To me, I believe it's like all one thing, because once you write the book, you have to learn how to, well, maybe before that, but write the book, then speak, then start learning how to coach yourself or coach others into writing their book. So I don't think there's anything I would really do differently, because I believe that being 57, almost 58, God has been ordering my steps. So I don't believe that I've missed a beat in how he's divinely aligned things up for me. I just stayed in place, stayed in tune so that I can hear what he was saying for me to do as I was writing my personal books and as I was helping others write their book. But it was all through prayer for me to be able to stay in line and in tune with what he has called me to do. So I don't believe I would do anything differently. Maybe just invest and enhance a few things that he's already given me. Yes.
Sharpening, the
Yes.
the tools
Yes.
that he has given. Yes, Absolutely. That is a place that we should always find ourselves to ensure that we get enhance what He has given to us. Because, of course, that's what God wants us to do. We are not to remain as old wines, in old wineskins. We are to get refreshed, day in, day out, so that we can become better and better in what we have been given to do. So I thank you very much. I like that. So aside from writing, coaching, mentoring, and all of that, this segment is called the fun segment. What do you do for fun, Alison? Don't tell me, because I know you're going to tell me what I do for fun is writing. No, 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 no. I don't want to hear that. Tell me what you do for fun. Aside from writing, we know you write. So tell us something different. What do you do for fun, Alison?
And if you talk to my daughters, they would tell you she's just all business. She's just business. But I do enjoy being with my family. I do love being with my family and friends. I definitely love dancing. I kind of grew up on different music, so that's instilled in me. But I'm going to tell you that I never thought that I would enjoy traveling as much as I do. I'm actually, you may leave out in a few months from now. But I never thought that I would like traveling or getting on a plane, because I can't think of the year, or I can't remember. I was getting ready to get on the plane with my church family many years before I got married, and I panicked. We were on our way to Jamaica, and I panicked. And I really thought that there were too many people on the plane, and I really thought we were getting ready to go down. And so the pastor and his wife, they're praying for me. Everyone else is praying for me. As a matter of fact, it was 1997, because I had just met my he's now my husband, but I had just met back then my boyfriend or significant other. And I kept saying, he'll come and get me. I know my friend will come and get me. I just can't ride this plane. But the more they prayed and the more I kept reading Psalms 23, I started calming down. And when I turned around and looked back, the plane wasn't full at all. I just panicked because I had never been on a plane. And so many people were just coming through. They're putting their bags up, they're talking. And, anxiety started to set in. But prayer changed things, because really I was going to get off that plane and figure out how I was going to get back home. I'm glad I didn't. I didn't ride too much anymore after that, maybe 10 years later. But now I'm riding like crazy. I am totally enjoying flying. I'm loving getting away. I can't wait to have speaking engagements somewhere else other than, where I'm planted now. Thank God for that. But I am enjoying traveling. I'm looking forward to going and visit some of my co-authors in their different states. So that's why I said everything is divinely aligned, because now I can travel out and go meet some of the authors personally that have been on my anthology. So that's one of my fun facts.
I love that. And I just want to say that I can't wait to have you in Africa.
Thank
so
you.
Get ready. So traveling is actually fun. It's in fact another kind of fun that you actually have to learn about different cultures, different things about the place you travel to that is different from where you have been all the while. Learn about the people there, their food, the way they do things, and it's actually very interesting. And thank you for sharing that, and for also not disappointing me, telling me you write for fun also. Thank you about family time. Yeah, because family time is always precious. So we need to, hold on to that. So thank you so much, Alison. All right, it has been an amazing conversation with you. Juicing out amazing information from you when it comes to writing and also becoming a wonderful author, successful one at that.
Yes.
But before we go, Alison, what would be your words of wisdom to our viewers, especially the young woman out there that is looking to write her first book?
Wow, words of wisdom. What I would leave with the audience is that your story matters. Your story is worthy to be told. You matter. This is your opportunity. This is your time. This is your season for you to write your story and share it with the world. Be able to speak your truth and not hide behind a mask. We did that in during the pandemic. This is your time. Your story matters. Your purpose still stands regardless of your past. I always tell people, God didn't change his mind about the purpose that he has for your life. Your purpose still stands regardless of your past. You still have to carry on. You still have to do what God has called you to do. Some people have passed away and never did what God has called them to do. But if you're listening to me, your story matters. Your purpose matters. You have been uniquely designed for a purpose. You just need to tap into it. You just need to get connected with the right people and get in divine alignment with what God specifically has for you to do, because it's going to be great. It's going to be greater than what you could ever imagine. Write your story.
Write your story, write your story, write your story. There can never be a better time. And like I say it all the time as well, don't say I'm waiting for the perfect time. There's never a perfect time anyway. Now is a perfect time for you to share that story. Allison has already, said it out there. Your purpose still stands. No matter what you're going through, no matter where you are right now, God has not changed his mind. I'm just reiterating what Allison said, because those are profound words. God loves you. And every day, like I say this again and again, every day as you sleep and wake up, God is giving you another opportunity to get in alignment with what he has called you to do. He's not giving you opportunity to sleep and wake up and look for food and, oh, I just want to eat today. I just want to eat. That's not why he's keeping you, just for you to eat for you. He's keeping you for you to keep going with the purpose he has called you for.
Yes.
Peradventure, you've not even realized what it is. It's giving you opportunity to get to know what it is, get to know him and get running with it. Or maybe you are just starting out. It's just giving you opportunity to keep doing what he has called you and get better with it and ensure that you impact the world positively. So it has been amazing, Allison. Thank you so very much. You are always, always, always so dear, to me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I forgot to also mention she's my mentor when it comes to this book writing and also publishing. I want to say thank you so much for being so wonderful as a sister. I know before now, many years back when I just starting out, I know how many times I've reached out to some uh, women that I felt like, oh, now I should learn from this person. Why don't you coach me or mentor me? They're like, no, 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 no. I don't have the time, this kind of thing. But you're not like that. You are very open, and that's very wonderful of who you are. Being able to accommodate others, it's a blessing actually. So keep it up. And I want to say thank you once again for being amazing you and also for coming on the show to share your knowledge with the world. Thank you once again. So how can people contact you, Allison?
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much again for having me, and thank you so much for working with me. God is good when he connects us or divinely connects people with you. I thank God for that. I do have 2 anthologies coming up. When Grief Hits Deep, I think that's what, yes, When Grief Hits Deep and Empowered to Win. I have so many anthologies, so I had to make sure I was saying it right. When Grief Hits Deep, still looking for authors, and Empowered to Win 5. 5 is Grace. So I'm looking forward to that book coming out, and then the Women Empowered to Win Summit. So the way you can get in touch with me is through the website, www.agdpublishingservices.com. Again, that's www.agdpublishingservices.com. And it's actually my initials, Allison G. Daniels. Also, I am on social media, Facebook, Allison G. Daniels. Thank you so much again for having me. Looking forward to working with you soon in the future. And thank you for all that you do. And I do have one other thing. We are looking for authors for the magazine, Empowered to Win Global Christian Magazine. So I'm just super excited what God is doing. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you too. It has been an amazing journey with you as well. Being able to learn from you and the wonderful work that you're also doing in the lives of others. Thank you so much. So here is her website. You can check her out and see the books that she has and all the amazing things that she's doing. So you can start writing that book.
Yes.
Thank you once again, Allison.
Thank you.
We love you. We love you. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So that's all we can take on today's episode of the show. In fact, it has been mind-blowing. It has been amazing with great nuggets that Allison has shared with us when it comes to writing a book, publishing it, and of course, actually making money from it. So if you have been thinking about it or getting confused about how to even go about writing, I think it has been made simplified. So you don't have anything to worry about anymore. So just listen, or if you're just watching again, take the steps that Allison has mentioned and help that will help you, do better as a writer. Thank you once again for being a part of today's show. Join us same time, same channel for another interesting episode of the show. I also want to mention for sponsorship or advert placement, you can contact us through the details that is scrolling on the screen right now, on the bottom of the screen. And also if you want to feature on the front cover or inside pages of our magazine, Global Labor Events and Business Magazine, the contact on the screen that is scrolling down, you can also get us on that. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get updates on when we go live on our shows, and also like our Facebook page. Thank you so very much for being a part of today's show. So see you next time. Bye-bye.